Hey, I just alluded to this in my previous video. I'm Charlotte Reed, welcome to the ranch. And yesterday, for part of our schoolwork, we do school at home, right? We took a time out and I said, because the kids were like, I want a snack, or, you know, what's this, that, and the other. And we were having a discussion and I thought, you know what, they need to know about this muscle testing technique. Riley already knew about it, Fred a tiny, tiny bit, but he had never really practiced a lot of it. So I basically taught them how to do the muscle testing where you test with, two people. So I would hold my arm out and then they would press down and they would see it. And then they started asking really fun questions like, okay, their favorite question of the day was, is fingernail polish good for your body? Like, I noticed that we said it in a form of a question. I was previously reading a book by Dr. I can't remember his name, I'll have to get that to you, but it's called Power versus Force. It's a great book, and so far, I'm not very far into it, but so far I've just started out, and he's teaching muscle testing. He's teaching applied kinesiology, which is fabulous. I didn't know that there was so much science behind it, but this guy, he's a psychiatrist, so he has an MD and another degree with some other letters that I didn't recognize anyway, behind his name, and he's like world famous. People would send their worst cases to him, and he was able to connect with them on such a deep and spiritual level that he was able to help heal a lot of people. But anyway, back to the point. So the kids, we would ask the question in the form of a question, whereas this guy in the book, he's like, no, just state it as a total fact, as a absolute, as a declarative sentence. And I thought, I'm kind of feeling this out, right? And I'm like, yes, but I feel that it's more of the intention, not necessarily whether it's worded as a question or a declaration, that I feel like it's the intention of the person with the question or the idea. And so I like it better as a question just because that's kind of how I am. I'm more of a question, inquisitive kind of person, right? So anyway, we were asking, the kid's favorite question was, is fingernail polish good for your body? And then they do it on me, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's awesome! And then they're like, is water good for your body? And they would stay strong, right? And then here's an interesting thought, that they like milk on their cereal sometimes in the morning, just regular gross old cereal that I about gag when I, help them get their cereal. Ooh, but I had the thought of asking, sometimes I buy the almost twice as much money, really good local milk that's, doesn't have any hormones and it's not, antibiotics kind of thing, versus the regular cheaper milk, which is just generic, that occasionally we buy because the other's out, right? So we just buy the other when we do to go to town sometimes. But I can tell a difference. My body liked the more expensive kind of milk, right? The more natural kind. So I thought, hey kids, why don't you ask me about this? It was fascinating. So we worded it to say that, let's see, it was called Reed's Dairy. It's not the same Reed. I'm R-E-I-D, and this is R-E-E-D-S. Get it? Reed's Dairy. So I asked, is Reed's Dairy milk good for your body? And my body liked it. And it says, okay, what about, and we just call it generic. Is the generic milk from the store good for your body? And I went weak on that. And I thought, oh my goodness, fascinating. I did the same thing for the kids, and they too did the same thing. I think we may have worded it a little bit more properly, but that's the basic gist. So I thought that was hilarious. You can use muscle testing, applied kinesiology, for anything, whether it's fingernail polish, whether it's which kind of milk to buy at the store. And it goes for many, many other things. In another video, I want to share with you how I muscle tested for some frequencies and for some energy levels. I'll have to come up with a name better on the next video, but I want to share you on the next, anyway, watch the next video. I'm not redoing this video. Okay, deal with that. Take one, that's it. Okay, love you, bye-bye.